Hey everybody, Dive Girl Deb here. Today is my first attempt at making some fresh to frozen fish food. We want a red color because red tends to bring out red colors in fish. So I've added from the garden some chives, garlic, kale, alfalfa, red kale, some tops from garlic, the greens. That helps with parasites. And oh, and some beet greens because they're nice and red. And then I added some krill powder, and that kind of tightens it up at the end. I added salmon, rockfish, some scallops, and shrimp in here. And then I soaked some pellets. Those got vitamins and a lot of variety. So I soaked some of those and added them. And I added some multivitamins. I had some leftover chicken electrolytes, so I put some of that in. And I bought these new, these are silicone little trays, and they come with these little snap-on lids. They're not really very deep, which I kind of like. So I'm going to try these for fish food. I had extra, so I ended up putting some in bags. And I did them pretty thin so that I could break off pieces when it's frozen. And then the kitchen smells really odd because it's like all these fresh vegetables and then all this. Oh, and I also had chicken and turkey beef or heart and gizzard that I added, and those are from my own poultry birds. So, but I also bought this little silicone mini ice cube device, and I don't know that I like it. I'm going to fill it and try it. I think it's hard to fill. You have to kind of push things in like a putty knife. And the ice that I made with this was really hard to get out. So I don't hold hope for this guy. But I think these silicone ones are going to be good. And I know that these, thin patties like this in a sandwich bag will. So we'll see how my discus fish like it. Oh, and one last thing I did add is some black cherry jello as a binder. And I added just a cup of hot water to the with the jello solution, and then I added another cup of cool, and I used that as a thickening agent to bind all this together. And then I added the krill to kind of bring it more into a paste consistency, and thoroughly mixed it with a spatula, and then poured it in. It has a rather pungent odor to it, so I think it should be attractive to fish. It's very natural, well balanced, and it's pretty inexpensive. I mean, I've got quite a good bit of feeding here that's going to last. I mean, this is going to be a number of months of feed. So I'm kind of excited to try these guys. These lids fit on here really pretty tight, and you can stack them up. They don't take a lot of space, but I like that they're kind of shallow. So I probably will need to cut some of these down for some of my smaller tanks. But yeah, I'm kind of stoked to try this. I've seen this. Gabe on Watley Discus has a video on how to make fish, how they do it, and I have of course, a KitchenAid with the grinder attachment already. And if you have one of these, if you put some clamps on there, then it won't fracture and break apart on you, which is what they're prone to do. And then, of course, you pull out all of your fat because you don't want that in there. But you put that on the KitchenAid and it grinds everything together. I mean, vegetables and meats, fish, everything, just grind it together. It was really easy. So, and then just adding the jello to it and the krill and the vitamins at the end and packaging it up. I did it with the windows open because it's really pretty smelly with all the poultry and the fish in there. But hopefully my tropical fish will find that appealing. Okay, so into the freezer, and then once it's set, nice. I can try to do some test feeding with it and see how they feel about it. I'll do a little follow-up video to show everybody. So, I don't know. I think it's maybe worth a try. Um, I have once in a while I've been buying some seafood, and I'll buy a little bit and then I'll put it in a canning jar in the freezer with a little bit of water on it so it'll stay for a while. And I've been accumulating these ingredients for a bit, and I finally got them done. My friend donated some of her poultry hearts and gizzards for this project, so I thank her, and she finally could see that they're going to go into use. I did try some bits of fish another time in my big 180, and I didn't do it right with the binders and the grinding and all, and I made a real mess in there that just I've not yet recovered it, and that tank is just shut down dry right now. So I think this with the binders is going to work better. If it doesn't bind well enough with the jello, I will go ahead and thaw it and add some more gelatin to it, because it has to stay together till the fish, get down there and start working on it. Because I don't want it to foul my tanks and create work for me. All right, so my fish friends out there, it's something to think about doing for yourself. It wasn't hard to do at all, and if you have a garden, you can grow at least half of that yourself, as far as all the veggies like I do. And my fish don't really like this pellet, so it's half floating, sinking. It's a good brand. I don't want to out them, but so I figured it's a good balanced feed, and I'll go ahead and add it in. And it did add some more red, which is terrific. But the beet greens are going to add a lot of natural red and stuff. So, yeah, this is really good. All right, everybody. Dive Grill Deb signing off.